the people who even catch the qualification collect money pass outside. True or false? Alex, I am not fraud. Alex, I am not fraud. Alex, I am not fraud. I'm not going to be at me. Alex, you are not going to be inside. I know.
It seems like the strength Big Brother gave some people was never enough. It's okay, bye.
Only biggest boys go tell me what to do in this house.
Just always remember 22 kids, 10 boys. Beat
Ike is a brand I want to protect. 100%.
Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Fun Pop with Lillian, and how are you all doing? What a night. See, at this point, we would actually give everybody one strike. Give everybody one strike. Let them rest, because what is this? So after the party, Doyin and Kidwire decided to trash out their differences. And while at it, Kidwire said, you know what? Let me clarify you on how it all started. But before then, Big Brother had called him to, asking for his mic and all that. And he said, and he told Doyin, don't worry, when I come back, I will explain to you in details what led to the whole discussion and plotting against Ilebaye. Kid, returning back from the diary room, started explaining to Doyin why they conspired against Ilebaye, what led to it, how angry he has been with Ilebaye before then. And he said, in fact, let him call Ike, let him call Pere, so that everybody go talk their own parts. And Doyin was like, no, you don't need to call all these people. But then he called Ike, he called Pere, and that was when the story changed. Now, Ike and Pere being present, Kidwire started to explain how Ike acted on his own intuition and impromptu. But then Ike said no, that Ilebaye has crossed the lane with his friends. That if you touch his friend, he will come for you. That you don't need to come to him directly or do anything to him directly. That before now, that Ilebaye took water from Seyi's locker. And that to think that Ilebaye didn't get a strike for that, only for him to do something similar and Big Brother gave him a strike. That in fact, Big Brother is biased. While at it, Doyin was now telling Kid at this point, I don't even know why you called Ike and Pere into this. And I'm like, baby girl, not be you want to my pay again. Anyways, Ike lost it immediately and started firing words at Doyin, telling her that he's even ready to collect another strike. And Doyin in return, was telling Ike how he's evil, how he's this, how he acts like a capon, like the leader of a bad gang or something. Well, Ike has left a word with Doyin, telling her that anybody is a target. That if you cross his lane, he doesn't mind getting a strike. Meanwhile, Ilebaye is not happy that Doyin had to exchange words with Ike, telling Doyin that you don't even have to reply him, please keep mute. Meanwhile, Seyi is not happy with the turn-up of events. He went straight to Kid, telling him to go and apologize to Ike. That he just made Ike to be a villain. That he shouldn't cross his family. That his them is his family and he will protect them with everything in him. Telling Kid, why did you allow Doyin to make you act that way? He told Kid to quickly go and apologize to Ike, because if Ike gets triggered, trust me, that you won't even be able to control him. And he said he's out here to protect Ike's brand as well.
Follow me talk. A handful of people can talk to me.
Ilebaye at this point has told Alex that she's protecting and holding herself with everything in her, as she doesn't want to get involved, so she doesn't get triggered and get a strike. That she's really working on to control herself. While Alex commended her for doing that and then tried to take her away from the scene of the whole event, Ilebaye herself said she knows a lot of people in the house really want her to get a third strike and leave the house for them, but she's going to disappoint them. Even with the whole outburst with Ike, Doyin and Pere still continued the conversation on the whole plotting against Ilebaye. At this point, I was really having mixed feeling. Like, why are you still talking about this? Can you just move on? Like, can you just leave it the way Big Brother has handled it? But anyway, Pere tried to justify to Doyin on why he had to do what he did to Ilebaye. That he has been receiving insults from Ilebaye, like loads and loads of insults. So he just had to react. Pere even added that Big Brother's camera didn't play everything, that some parts were edited, because that in that discussion he was telling them on how Ilebaye has really offended him throughout that period, that Ilebaye even called him a puppet. On the other hand, Alex, Ilebaye, and Angel discuss on how toxic the house has been, and they say that moving on, the coming week, they won't be playing Love and Lights. In fact, Alex said that next week, anything she sees and wants to eat, she will. That she was surprised that Neo and Pere fried chicken. And when she was asking them, where did this chicken come out from? They went ahead to tell her that it's their chicken, as if they are shopping separately from what Big Brother is bringing. Angel herself mentioned how she has been feeling overwhelmed throughout the week. That they even mentioned about this particular DJ and how they can't wait for her to come play for them. They all went ahead to discuss about mental health, and Alex said at this point her own mental health is definitely dragging her back. At this point, Doyin asked Pere to do well to apologize to Ilebaye, but Pere said no, that had it been he did anything wrong, that Big Brother would be the one to point it out that day. And even when Doyin tried to explain to him that Big Brother made mention of those that partook, those that were laughing and all that, Pere said no, he did nothing wrong. And Doyin still told him that she still maintains that Ike did that for Seyi. But Pere said no, that Ike did it for himself. That Ike as well has already, be having his own lots of problem with Ilebaye. But still, Doyin maintained her ground that Ike did it for Seyi, that Ike is a people's pleaser.
People feel like the conversation people had kind of pushed him to feel like, well, you know the way Ike is.
Outside of the garden, Alex decided to wash the seat cover in the garden, complaining on how they've been sitting on it without it being washed. But then she noticed a cloth in the washing machine that has 17 more minutes to go, and she decided to have a discussion with Ike and Seyi while waiting for the 17 minutes to pass. And Alex kept complaining about how toxic the house has been, especially the energy of tonight. And Seyi in return was complaining about the housemates as well. And while the both of them, were going on and on, Alex hissed. And Seyi said, why would you hiss at me? Yay. I said, not be smart in this season, oh. Before I know it, Seyi said, Ike, can you see that? Alex hissing at me. And Alex herself was trying to talk about that it's not you. It's not about you. That it's about the energy. But Seyi went on and on on how it's an insult for Alex to hiss at what he said. Like play, oh, that one turned to another matter. And Seyi was just barking all over the place. Meanwhile, Sisi, making reference to the words Ike said that everybody is a target, said if Ike tries to cross his lane in this house, which she knows Ike won't, but if it ever happens that it's even outside, she will deal with him. That she will just pay 20,000 naira to 10 men, and those 10 men will beat Ike. I said, now what? Everybody's complaining about toxicity, but Omo, it choke. Like the words coming out from everywhere tonight really choke. Meanwhile, Ilebaye, having a kitchen time with Summer, started narrating to Summer on how Pere really hurts him. That had it been him, Summer, that did that she won't even feel it. But this is somebody she regards as a father. And she said moving forward, she has forgiven him, but doesn't want to have anything to do with him again. And Summer said, aside Pere, I think there are other people you should be careful about in this house, and I will tell you about them. Ilebaye kept pestering Soma to mention those names, but Soma said, you know what? I will tell you on a day I don't feel you are intoxicated. And while Ilebaye tried to explain to Soma that she's not drunk, Soma kept mentioning that this is not the right mood to share such information with Ilebaye. Meanwhile, Alex started advising Ike on how he needs to turn it down. And Ike said, do you know at tonight's party, I even told the guys, let's do something for these ladies. Can we push the door? Can they just come in? Let's do something crazy so that Big Brother can allow the ladies come in. If not for anything, even if we will get a strike, let's do it. And Alex told him that you need to really be careful on the plans and decisions you take in this house. I should remember that Big Brother said it's no longer all about counting strike, that he can just disqualify you for anything. And then Ike said that even people where they disqualify, they cash out past people will come the show. Hey, just to tell you that Ike knows what he's doing. Ike is in his right senses. And Alex said, please don't try it to. Remember, you are not a lady. That Kimen is the only guy that have been disqualified. She knows that have been disqualified from this show. And she knows the amount of work Kimen needed to put in order to make it. And she even told Ike, remember, you're not that loved outside of the house. Please be careful.
Don't forget that you can. The fact that people that is qualified cast money pass outside. You don't know how.
Ilebaye and Doyin decided to share a hug, and after that, they both discussed on the more reason why they need to avoid Ike in that house. Meanwhile, Venita came outside looking for Ike, insisting that Ike goes to bed, and was even shouting that every other housemate should go to bed. And while at it, our sugar boo boo Adekule decided to even carry Venita like a kind of, stop screaming and let's all go to bed. Meanwhile, Seyi said on his next diary section, he's going to be asking Big Brother if some people are special in this house. And he really think Big Brother is being biased. That Ilebaye once stole water from his locker and never got a strike, but only for his guy Ike to do something similar and get a strike. Wahala be like All-Star season, oh. Anyways, thank you for listening, and I'll be waiting to read your comments. Don't forget to drop your honest opinion, okay? Don't even look with your face, just drop it as you like, and I'll see you in my next video. But then, please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm begging you, please support me by subscribing. And if you enjoy this particular video, please like it for me. I'll see you in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye.
I don't care about the fucking show, man. You care about the show, you better care about us, man. Bro, I know